In the small, tranquil village of Mombano, nestled in the heart of Imo State, there lived a young man named Jachi, the grandson of Okorie. The Okorie family was known in the village for their long line of respected elders, and Okorie was revered for his wisdom, kindness, and unshakable strength. He had seen the rise and fall of many generations, and his legacy was deeply etched into the fabric of the community. Jachi, though young, bore the weight of his grandfather's name with pride. His childhood was filled with tales of his grandfather's adventures, of the land his family had tended to for generations, and of the unspoken honor that came with carrying the Okorie name. Jachi grew up to be a strong, capable young man with a future that seemed as boundless as the fields of yams and cassava that stretched out in the village. Jachi was admired for his work ethic, his gentle spirit, and his willingness to help anyone in need. He spent his days working alongside the village elders, learning the ways of farming and the deep-rooted custom that defined his heritage. His laughter was often heard echoing through the village as he helped the older men and women with their chores, always quick with a smile, always eager to learn. But as he grew older, a shadow began to fall over him, an unexplainable illness that no healer in the village could diagnose. At first, it was small, just a weakness in his legs, a constant fatigue that no amount of rest seemed to cure. But as the months passed, Jachi's once bright eyes grew dim, and the strength that had once made him the pride of Imbano began to fade. Okorie, now an old man, watched helplessly as his beloved grandson withered before his eyes. His once vibrant spirit, full of dreams and promise, faded like the setting sun. On a cool morning in late April, the village awoke to the mournful sound of wailing. Jachi had passed away in his sleep. The young man who had once been so full of life, so full of potential, had left the world at the tender age of 26. The village was silent in its grief, for a life so young should not have been taken so soon. Okorie, heartbroken beyond measure, sat by his grandson's side, holding his lifeless hand as if hoping that somehow the warmth would return. He whispered prayers in his native tongue, calling on the gods to take Jachi into their embrace. The entire village gathered for Jachi's burial. The sound of drums filled the air, but it was not a celebration. It was a sorrowful song, a mournful tribute to a life taken too soon. Okorie stood at the front of the gathering, his stooped form a reflection of the weight of his loss, his face a mask of pain. Though Jachi had been taken from them, his memory lived on. The village would forever speak of him. The young man who carried his family's name with honor, the Okorie name would echo through the generation. But for Okorie, the loss of his grandson was an echo that would never fade. Cut short too soon, but never forgotten.